Day 16, and we are ready to get you guys an updated video because we haven't done in a while. So we're going to just go ahead today and show you guys what our daily routine is. So we're going to go ahead and start right here by the stall and get her haltered, and we'll move on into the arena after that. So go ahead and get started. Definitely pretty pleased with how she's doing. Still got her Mustang moments, we can call them, but for the most part, she's figuring it out really good. Here. We've got about 5 rides on her, and we're still riding her with the lunge line attached. She's pretty well ready to let go, but that's where we're at right now. Other little things that I work on when I come in here, if she gets a little nervous, there's some days she's a little more nervous than other days, so I'll come in and spend a little more time with her, ask her for that head down, or put a little pressure with my elbow to just get her to soften up before we go. So, because I really do want this nice soft look on her when I get started. So, all right, let's go ahead and head on into the arena. All right, so what I look for when I first start off is to where I can do exercises that's simple, easy, and that she understands really good. So that way when we start the groundwork, or when we pull her out of her stall and we bring her in here and start working, I don't want her to think it's a punishment. I want her to come in here and feel relaxed, confident. And so I do a lot of slow exercises. So a lot of times the first exercise I go to is what I call the bending exercise. I actually put her on a really short rope and just make her step around me nice and lazy. And I kind of want her feet stepping out a little bit. Just to where it's nice and easy for her. It's quiet. As you can tell, her feet are kind of stepping out away from me, and I'm just pushing her around. It's an easy exercise. You can see she's not too stressed out, even though sometimes you'll hear her snorting with her nose. She does that all the time when she, especially right at first, she gets a little stressed. If she does, that's what she'll do. So, and I just like pushing her around. It really gets her to bend from her pole, neck, shoulders, ribs, all the way to her hips. And if you see me tapping my stick here, you'll see me pushing her out a little more. I'll move her hindquarters. It's just a nice, soft exercise. It's not difficult. It's easy to get to. Excellent. I'll even throw a little backup in there. And like I said, this is just kind of how my exercises start. If I need a little help on that backup, I'll bring my stick up, encourage her a little bit. And I want to be able to back her wherever I want to go. If I step off to the side here, I want her to square up and keep that face on me. I really want to be able to just control her feet every which direction. Excellent job. So we'll go ahead and send her the other way. I'm going to kind of skip through the exercises so you can kind of see what what I work on. My next, I just start sending her left and right. Maybe more of a trot. And it's nothing, I'm not teaching her anything that she doesn't already know. I'm refreshing her mind and making sure she gets in the right mindset for moving on to the saddle. I like to be able to rest my stick on her. I'll even take my stick and string and just kind of fling it up and over her. I don't want her panic from stuff flying around her. This is the desensitizing on the go. And I like that. She's never broke stride or anything. Ask her to stop, bend, switch. So I'm going to do my stopping a little quicker now. Bend, switch, and go. And I'll just move her around, especially if she's having kind of a bad day. Let's say she's a little spookier someday, which, you know, right at first, only 16 days into it, they can still have an unpredictable day, which is totally normal. I like that. She stopped and sent her the other direction. I really like that. Very good. I'll just go ahead and stop her. And I'll go for her forequarters. And I'll just move them around a little bit. It's just a good, relaxing exercise once your horse knows it. And I love going into these, doing stuff that me and her can agree on. And my goal would be that she freezes that right hind foot right down on the ground, and I can just step around. But at this point, this short into it, I'll take whatever I can get. Very nice. We'll take her the other way. And I just want it nice and quiet. I want her to feel confident. And then once she's really confident with everything, that's when we increase pressure a little more and getting her to deal with higher pressure. Excellent. Very nice. All right, going to go ahead and take a little break. That was excellent. So I'm going to move on and do a little flexing before I start on to the. I want to show you a little bit of loping too. But first we're going to do a little flexing left and right here. So I like that nose coming all the way back to that cinch area. And I like it having it nice and soft. And I even like her head going back and it gets lower. The first time, if you noticed, she took her head back and went higher. I like it going lower, so I really do like seeing that. Just means she's getting comfortable with the exercise. Bring her head over. She doesn't want to respond there for a second. Go ahead and bump on her a little bit and see if she can come over. And again, I'm just showing you what I've been working on the last 16 days. We've had one day that I skipped on the 16 days. And I've been averaging about 2 hours a day. Right at first, the first couple times, it was over 2 hours. It was probably more like 2.5, 3 hours. But and then once she kind of figured stuff out a little bit, we went to more like 2 hours. And like I said, I don't work her really, really hard, but just enough that she gets a little tired, but she has plenty of energy left that it's not a punishment for her to work. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and do a little loping. Now, that's one exercise she definitely struggled with, was loping. She can trot 100 miles an hour, but the loping was just hard on her. But she's getting there now. But she's still a little sticky, but she's getting it. Be able to pick up and point. Help her around. Very nice. And as you can tell, I have to constantly keep my body energy going with her. Excellent. Woo. Got to keep my energy rolling so she understands it. And that's okay. I don't mind that at all. It's my job as a teacher to help her along and show her what I'm looking for. Another thing we got to really keep in mind, come on, is, that when it's something that's hard on her, I really got to keep in mind that she's going to get tired pretty quick. And so I really got to remember that part, because I don't want to make her so tired that she can't go anymore. Even though tired is really good for her. Woo. Good job. Excellent job. And I like how I can get after her on the lope, and she calms herself right down after I stop her. Woo. Good girl. I'm going to go ahead and invite her in to me. And I really enjoy doing this, especially when they do something really stressful. I like inviting her all the way in. And I'll just stand here. Won't even do anything. I'll just stand here and let her soak up the time with me. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a little break again.